Okay. All right. Can you tell me about when you were signed to Death Row, if you were able to work with any artists outside of the label?
No. But, you know, I had done some stuff, a lot of stuff that was in the works right before I signed. So like I had done Bizzy Bone's album, The Gift. And it's a funny story because there was benefits of being with Death Row as well. You know what I mean? I did the album. They didn't pay me yet. The company, I think it was AMC was the label or something. So I saw the commercial for the album, The Gift, and Bizzy was like on BET, like on The Basement. You know what I mean? Talking about, and I produced almost the whole album. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, bro? And so I went and seen. I went to the store. I used to always go to the store and buy my albums, even though I produced them. I just like, it was a cool feeling. I still have most of them.
Yeah.
So, and it says The Gift, produced by Darren Vegas. I'm like, oh, cool. At least they gave me my credit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I know Bizzy would want that. You know, he was cool as fuck. So I called the label and they were dodging my phone calls. So the dude that was in charge, that worked at the label, that was in charge of his project, he wanted to get a job at Death Row. So I remember he was calling up there trying to get meetings. So he arranged a meeting with Suge. And so they let me know, hey, so-and-so is coming up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So why don't you be here when he gets here? You know what I mean? Because I told him what happened, how they didn't pay me. So dude comes up to the office and we go in the, I forget you call it. We used to have meetings in this room all the time. Sometimes, you know, meetings would get a little heated or whatever. Dude comes in the meeting and it's me and Bountry in there. And I remember Bountry shuts the door behind him. I think he locked the door. He's like, what's up? You know Darren Vegas, right? And I remember the dude looked at me and it's like he's seen a fucking ghost, bro. Because he thought he was coming there to meet Suge to work for the company.
Right.
And Bountry's like, yeah, man, you know, Darren's our producer now. You know, we heard that you guys didn't pay him. He's like, oh man, I've been meaning to get in touch with you guys. You know what I mean? It was like so funny how the fucking...
Of course.
I go, you know, that's funny because I've been calling up there all week and you guys won't return my phone calls. And that was normal bitch shit for the record labels to do. Like the A&R type people and certain people that were in charge of shit, they would do anything to weasel out of paying artists sometimes. You know what I mean? Not all of them, you know. But anyway, next day I went and got a check for $20,000, you know.
Nice.
And I gave Bountry a cut of it too.
Yeah.
I said, bro, thank you. You know what I mean? For looking out. I always believe if somebody helps you do something, you take care of that person.
Yeah.
So me and Bountry always had a good relationship. You know what I mean? So he was a down dude.
Okay.
You know.
So when you did decide to leave Death Row after, you know, the Row hitters and all that kind of stuff, how did you break it to Suge specifically that you were gonna leave Death Row and you didn't want to, you know, be involved anymore?
Well, like I said, we always had a great relationship, and then all of a sudden they just stopped paying. So I was like stuck in a contract and not getting paid. I called up to him and I'm like, yo, you know, I need to go get another deal then if you're not gonna pay me. He's like, yo, I'm not gonna stand in the way of anything, you know. All right, whatever. You know, when I was at Death Row, I started off producing beats and rapping when I was young. I came out with the album called California with Compton's Most Wanted was on there and a lot of homies from Orange County and South Central Cartel. So I was rapping and making beats before I was at Death Row. And I remember Suge used to hear me rap sometimes with the artists because I would make a beat. We'd start freestyling. He's like, yo, I want to put an album out on you. This is like Eminem had came out and he was like, I've been hearing you rap and stuff. He's like, yo, I want you to do an album. And I was like, no, I don't really want to do an album. I want this stuff, the artists that I've been producing to come out. And I remember he got mad. He's like, what? You know, and I was like, nah, okay, maybe in the future we'll do it. So anyway, after they stopped paying me and shit, I went and made some music and kind of rapped about my experiences. I remember I had a song called I'ma Do Me.
Okay.
And so I hit Suge up and I was like, oh man, we need to meet up. You know what I mean? Cause like, I'm kind of fucking stuck. Fuck this. We need to have some closure or do something.
Right.
So I remember we met up at Beverly Hills at one of the hotels up there. And I brought my big homie Rude Dog from Santa Ana. What's up, Rudy? He's in Mexico now. And it was Suge and one of his homies up there. And we got to a heated exchange, you know what I mean, in the hotel lobby. And I had brought some of the music I was working on as well. My homeboy Rudy, he kind of was like, no, fuck that. You need to let him hear this shit. Because I had did a rap called I'ma Do Me about being stuck at Death Row and different shit like that. And Rudy slammed the fucking CD on the table. I remember in the hotel lobby, he's like, man, fuck that, homie. You need to hear this shit right here. And Suge was like, oh, what the fuck are these guys talking about? So Suge was like, all right. You know what I mean? So we went out to the car and my homie Rude Dog played the song, and in the song I'm talking about the shit like stranded on death row and different shit that I went through, and we played it for Suge, and Suge listened to the whole song, and he's like, damn, he goes, I'm not gonna lie, that shit's fucking hard as fuck. And I go, bro, I don't know why I don't know what you're on, or like why you did the shit that you did or whatever, you know what I mean? But fuck it, I'm gonna go do my thing, I'm gonna go get another deal. He's like, you gotta do what you gotta do,
Yeah.
But it was, it was kind of a trip just to play him that shit about, I don't even know if Suge remembers this shit now, you know what I mean? But yeah, my homie was like, see, I told you, homie.
And he never messed with any of your deals after that?
Nah.
Okay. Because, he'd always tell people like, oh, go do you. And then, if they signed with somebody, then Suge would go to that company and be like, they owe me money.
He had hit me later to come work again. This is years after. And we met at the studio and everything. And I don't know, I just think he just was getting blackballed or something, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So look what happened.
Yeah.
So.